For many of you, the travel montage is one of your favourite segments in my videos, but traditionally, when I'm going to a Gateshead game, I'd either be going by bus or by train, and flying would be just for European trips. But in this video, I'm flying to a Gateshead game. Is that not a bit of a glitch in the Matrix? Yes, good afternoon everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. As I speak, it is Monday the 25th of September 2023 and tonight I am actually heading up to Newcastle Airport to fly down to Heathrow Airport ahead of tomorrow's game at Oxford City. It's got, of course, Oxford City versus Gateshead in the National League. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is because it's literally the cheapest and most ethical way of me being able to do it. Yeah, a bit of an unusual way to get to a non-league game. Like, it's not that often you find yourself having to fly to a non-league game, but here I am. Anyway, let's get into this and let's head on up to Newcastle Airport. So I've cleared security, and unfortunately the bad news is the plane has been delayed by about 25 minutes. I mean, hopefully there won't be any further delays on top of that, but the good news is for now I've got a traditional airport friend to keep me company. I'm going to order some food and I'll catch you guys when I am finally ready to board the plane, or if there's any further bad news I will keep you updated. Now delayed till 9 o'clock. Let's just hope it doesn't get any further. 9:15. Not going to be my night, is it? Finally, we've got a gate number. It is currently 8:43 PM. There's next to nothing open in the airports, but hopefully we are getting on the move now. So that is me finally in my hotel room in London. You're probably wondering why I'm putting myself through all this when I could literally just travel down on a day. Well, basically I've got to work, but fortunately my job does allow me to work from home. So I'm just gonna work from here throughout the course of tomorrow. Then once I'm done, we'll head over to Oxford. But for now, yeah, I'm just gonna try and get some sleep, and I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. So it is now the day of the game. I'm just doing a bit of work at the moment. Then later on we will head on back to Heathrow to get the bus over to Oxford. So here I'm in Oxford, and going into this game this evening, Oxford City are currently in 17th place in the National League table. I think the majority of people expected them to probably struggle quite a bit this season. I think obviously I think this is the highest level that they've ever been at, and I think for many they're a bit of an unknown entity. I don't think many people that follow this division had really watched them play before. I mean, obvious exceptions being teams that have previously been in the National League South, but I think they're holding their own so far. They had a little bit of an unbeaten run recently, and have maybe proven themselves to be tough to beat, so we'd be fools to underestimate them tonight, that's for sure. But as for us, we are of course now in 4th place in the National League table following Saturday's 3-0 win over Maidenhead United, and things going really well for us at the minute, playing with a lot of confidence, getting it right going forward, and getting it right defensively as well, of course. We have only conceded 1 goal in our last 4 games, which considering some of our defensive record really over the last 3 seasons, that's almost unheard of. But I think that's been an issue. I think us Gateshead fans have had 1 or 2 concerns with for quite some time, but it seems as though we're starting to get it right. I think Joe Grayson in particular has been an absolutely tremendous addition. He's just maybe shored things up a little bit. I think we do look a lot more organised, like we're not giving things away as easily as maybe what we were a little bit guilty of previously. It's going to be a tricky game this tonight. It's a long way for us to come on a Tuesday night. It's an artificial pitch. I mean, I'll never use things like that as an excuse, but obviously as a team that have a stadium with a grass pitch, it's obviously a bit of, it's not something we're not as familiar with in comparison to teams that play on them, but you know what, it might suit our style of play, like the way we like to sort of zip it around, etc. But would I take a point in this game tonight? Maybe. I think obviously because we got all 6 from the 2 games last week, I guess a point wouldn't be too bad tonight. But I think we should still be going all out to try and get the 3. But as I say, tricky game. But we're not here to be an easy game for them. That's for sure. Hopefully by 10 o'clock this evening, we'll have carried on our good run. Let's head on down to Manor Court Farm, I think it's called, and find out how it all unfolds. Here we are then, a new one off the list, and couldn't have been any more wrong with the name, could I? It's actually Court Place Farm. Anyway, that is the directions to the ground over there, so let's go in. So the team's warming up at Oxford City, getting ready just here. I think they're going to be in their traditional blue and white hooped home shirts, and we're getting ready in the distance, going to be in our black 3rd strip. Funnily enough, we've not actually worn our actual away kit in a competitive game yet. This is the 3rd time we've had to change strips for a match, and it's the 3rd time it's been the black 3rd one. But anyway, I'll see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel ready to start the match.
We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! Are we on the mat?
Get in the box.
Harlands! 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 We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! We're Gateshead! Go on! Oh! Go on! Go on! Turn! Oh! Come on! Go on! Whoa! Yes! Good! Come on! Good! Good! Woo! Come on! Feed the bird. Feed the pony. Oh, I know. Go ahead. Good. Oh! One! Yes! Yes! I have my fun and that's all that matters. Go on, Greggy! On yourself, son. Oh! Good lads.
Half time, Oxford City 0, Gateshead 1. For the most part, we've absolutely dominated that game. Most definitely had more of the ball and more of the chances, of course. I had a little bit of a scare early on. I think, was it cleared off the line or did it hit the bar? It was maybe a bit too far away to be able to tell. And not at the time of recording this, I've not watched it back yet. But yeah, I think we've obviously recovered quite well from that. It was a bit of an untidy goal to give us a lead, but they all count, and that is Marcus Dinanga up into double figures for this season. And after the 12 games, that is just absolutely sensational, really, isn't it? And we thought that he'd got to 11 for the season, but unfortunately the referee did rule it out for offside. And we've had quite a few more chances around that, really. Greg Ollie just before half time dragged one just wide of the post, but I think on current trends, if we can keep this performance up, then I'd like to think that we'd go on and win the game. But Oxford City, to be fair to them, they are playing with quite a lot of energy. They are like giving it absolutely everything they've got, even just for little things, just like to try and keep the ball in play and what have you. Really going for it, so I can respect an opponent like that, I really can. But fingers crossed we can go on and get a good result out of this game.
Go on! Go on! Yes! Get in! Come on! Get in! Come on! Come on! What we needed. Good save, Archie. Go on, Hannah. Oh!
Go on! Oh! Oh! Yes! Come on! Get in! Come on!
We should know that.
Ollie! Ollie! Go on! Go on! Oh!
Nice work.
Go on!
Go on, Luke!
Oh, no! Oh, thanks. Oh! I'm safe. Well, Archie!
Oh, Archie!
Nice. Oh! So... One day he's going to get his goal. Oh! Oh! A lot of chances to get a fourth, haven't we?
No, at least
Oh. I think that says 5 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Go on! Yes! Get in! Come on! Go on! Go on, Jordan! Oh, unlucky. Get in! Full time, Oxford City 0, Gateshead 4, and if we're being real about it, the scoreline actually flattered Oxford City, if anything. I mean, the fact that we've just won 4-0 away from home, and yet I'm somewhat disappointed with the fact that we didn't score even more, is just a true testament to the sheer dominance of the performance, and I'd almost say there was a bit of a arrogance about our display tonight, but a good arrogance. There was a lot of swagger with our moves going forward. Just every time we did go forward, it looks as though we could go on and score, but yeah, and you've got to remember, Oxford City, they're not a team to be underestimated at all. I've seen, like, for example, what they did to Hartlepool down here, the unbeaten run that they'd been on before Saturday. They're not a bad side at all. As I alluded to at half time, they did play with a lot of energy, a lot of effort, but I think ultimately more than anything we just totally outplayed them tonight, and by what I could sort of feel at full time, and I think the Oxford City fans maybe acknowledge that. So yeah, I've got to say, I'm just absolutely thrilled to bits that I've come all this way on a Tuesday night. I've flew down last night, stayed in a Premier Inn, worked throughout all like today, worked in a Premier Inn this morning, worked while I was travelling across to Oxford. And yeah, the lads have gone and done that, and obviously up early tomorrow to get my return flight, which is from Bristol as it goes. I'm currently at Oxford Station, about to travel to Bristol ahead of my flight in the early hours of the morning. Sometimes you do question why you do this, but I think when stuff like that tonight happens, I think that gives you a pretty clear answer, doesn't it? That is got to be up there with one of my favourite all-time away days. As if, truth be told, it's just like not once, even when Oxford had that chance early on, did I feel as though like I was never really like worried or anything like that. And I think that confidence that the team are playing with just now is really transferring onto the fans. Like I think we're just going into every game like almost expecting to win, which obviously last season like we're obviously in the same league, but we're regarded ourselves as punching above our weight, whereas this year like where we maybe see ourselves as potential dark horses to get in the playoffs, and like when I think back to my pre-season prediction for us of 11th place, like I think now it maybe seems a little bit pessimistic, that doesn't it? Because that really is the way it is. But still an awfully long way to go yet. Things can change very quickly in this division. We are going to have a bit of a sticky patch at some point. That is just the way it goes. But right now, this feeling that we've got is certainly a very, very nice one to have. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Saturday with Motherwell versus Celtic. Obviously Gateshead are away to Bromley. I personally won't be there, but looking forward to getting back to Fir Park. But until then, take care, cheers for watching. Obviously click the link in the description to vote for DB30 Sports TV for the best in non-league video for the Football Content Awards. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you later.